Hi, welcome to my second sketchbook tour on this channel. My name is Nera and I'm a gouache artist from Czech Republic. The sketchbook is mostly filled with gouache and colored pencils, so it's mixed media. The size is A4, I believe, and it's from the brand Royal Talens Art Creations. Let's dive right into it. This is how my first page looks like in every sketchbook. I like to add the date I bought it, and the date I started it, and the date I finished it. I bought this one on March the 3rd, 2020 in our main city Prague, and I finished it January 29th of 2022. It kinda took me a long time to even start drawing in it, and my style changes a lot through it. And it's special because it's been with me in Ireland and then in Bulgaria. I remember starting this first page in a house in Ireland where I stayed just one night, and the next day I moved to a different place. It was also the start of September, so even though I bought the sketchbook in March, I started it in September 22 and finished it about a year and 4 months later. These drawings are sketches for October 2020, mostly me figuring out my ideas and exploring the theme and color. This page is the same thing. It is interesting to see now because it is the first time I'm trying to come up with a composition with a full body in it, and that's one of the things I learned through the October 2020 challenge. Here are some ideas for possible Skillshare class. I wanted to create one since 2020, and maybe around the end of this year I will be able to actually do it. Here we have a sketch for my Draw This in Your Style challenge, and the process of that painting is in the video, which I will link into the info cards. This green fairy is for my Inktober, or how I like to call it, my Fairytober. Here we have one of those sketches, and for those who are familiar with my other videos, here is the origin of my angry mushroom illustration. For the full process, watch another of my video. This is a sketch for me the artist post I never finished. Here is a double spread where I wrote down my video ideas last year, and those with stars are those which I posted. The left page is mostly SEO research for possible products and niches. Starting this page, I had a huge urge to plan my day, and it lasted just that long, a day. The other stuff is a sketch for Fairytober, and I also kept tracking of an Instagram poll way after in October finished to figure out which one of my designs my followers liked the best and which ones I should turn into stickers. Here we have another Fairytober sketch and the beginning of my botanical illustrations, which I call Witchy Botanicals. A random dude character because I felt like I don't draw them enough, and a tooth fairy for Fairytober. This one is actually one of the few posts with humongous reach on my Instagram. I think it was the last one I worked on in colored pencils in sketchbook first. Then I did just graphite pencil sketches and played with colors on the final piece of paper. If you are interested in the full process of my Fairytober final drawings, I have a video with all the time lapses here on my channel, and the link will be also in the info cards. Here we have a cover up. There were two pencil sketches and I covered them up with gouache paint studies. The reference pictures are on my Pinterest somewhere. I have a footage of painting these, but it's a little meh, I don't know. I don't really like it too much, so I'm not gonna post it, but I like it. Just to watch it like this. And these two are also cover-ups, and they are explorations for a tarot card deck I'm still thinking about making, but I think I will do it more digitally. I wanted to finish it this year, but I'm not sure about it now, and we'll see. Another spread for tarot cards, the eyes at the dawn for all of them. Here is another tarot card drawing. Can you guess which cards all of them are? Maybe if you wanna guess, you can leave me a comment. And also a cover-up painting from my video about how to cover up bad sketchbook pages. If you want to see the process, the video will be in the info cards. And this spread is from that video also. To be honest, I'm more happy about the pink one than about this one. I really like the house here, but not the rest. Here we have a bunch of sketches for Fairytober. I really love the challenge. I learned how to draw easy poses without references, and I also figured out how I want to use the colored pencils. And I'm using Faber-Castell Polychromos for most of the finals for Inktober. On this page we have another sketch and two quick little studies. I used to take screenshots of things all over the internet, and when I got bored I sketched them out. This purple is Polychromos colored pencil. I love that color for sketching. And these are sketches for my first printable I ever created. It's over on my Patreon. I worked on this one in Ireland and went to a printer shop to get it in a physical form. I was so proud at the time. I still am for taking that step, but I grew a lot since then and my digital style changed quite a bit, so it's a little bit outdated. Here are another two that I plan to create, but I never came around to finishing them. This is a page where all the tarot card exploration began. The idea was in my mind for a longer time and I already tried to create it a few times, but I didn't like the concepts and the aesthetic that I chose, so I quit it. And this page made me realize what I wanted to look like and how I can actually make it. Hopefully I will push myself to finish it. And here we go. Those eyes are for TikTok tutorials I made while in Ireland, and here's a little bit about the cards and what they should mean according to the arcana style I want to create them in. So some symbols I would like to use and thumbnails. Here it continues. These were created before I covered up the pages you've seen before. I don't mind jumping around my sketchbook. A little mouth drawing for my TikTok, and thumbnail for more tarot cards, as well as a portrait inspired by a house, moving castle. Here we have a rather empty spread, again nose for TikTok video. You may be familiar with this spread. I drew these heads for my Czech video about drawing the base structure for your portraits. I'll link the video in the info cards. Here is the 3/4 look for that video and an abundant drawing of Ariana Grande. I choose a bad reference picture and I gave up, obviously. Here we have thumbnails for my witchy flower collections and a portrait study of Lady Gaga. Some outfit painting idea and more written idea on this page. Here we have one of those sketches for Fairytober 22 and a self-portrait no one ever saw. It's me, you know. But, yeah. These drawings are from the time I spent in Bulgaria in summer 2021. I drew a study in ballpoint pen and then tried to simplify it. This spread is my least favorite to look at. And here is a ballpoint pen drawing based on a gouache painting that I did and a little font exploration on the next page. This spread is focused on herbs used in tea making. I used them to create botanical prints. If you want to see them, there is a link in the description. This one is my favorite, a teacup study for a net tea illustration I created. I love this one so much. The details are made in gold gouache paint, and even though it is very time consuming to paint them, I always enjoy the end results for the cups. This page is an exploration into my tarot card project. I don't like it at all, but it was a necessary step forward. More explorations. I haven't shared these sketches anywhere, but I am thinking about using them for the tarot deck. Something about the eyes is drawing me in and I love the concept so much. While on my stay in Bulgaria in summer 21, I visited the countryside, and while my partner worked the garden, I painted like crazy. I did these studies of plants I could find around their house and loved how these turned out. More studies of that same plant. I thought it's a Queen Anne's lace, but turned out it's a poisonous cousin of that plant. Nevertheless, I love this leaf study. I counted like crazy to make the ridges as accurate as possible. Though I thought it would be a good element for pattern making, I just haven't come around to use it yet. A whole spread of pencil botanical studies. Another spread like that. I love this one though. The flower is very complicated, obviously. It was too much pain for me to go over it with gouache, so I just didn't. And here's an origin of my mushroom boy character. It's actually based on the photo of my partner from some kind of theater he was made to do in kindergarten. But it's so cute! Like this face is killing me, I have to say. A sunflower spread for upcoming sunflower sticker sheet. If that's something you are interested in, check out my Etsy store. I have a lot of botanical stickers for journaling and scrapbooking, and the link is as always in the description. Another flower spread for sticker sheet. If you want to see how a sticker sheet like that come to exist, you can check out my vlog in the info cards. I documented the process there, so it will be here. Some leaves for the sunflower sticker sheet, and exploring the tarot deck ideas with some thumbnails. Here is a spread I sketched out for sticker sheet, but I didn't really like it. I covered up with a little gouache painting study. Another spread for sticker sheet. I didn't like this one too, so I gave up. The colors are just very muddy and I don't like that at all. Another page of muddy wannabe stickers and a bad gradient page which I wanted to use to spice things up. I gave up on that too. Just didn't like the colors and the look in general. These elf paper are from my stay in Ireland, I think. I used some new markers I bought, but I didn't really like it. This spread is inspired by Jane Barton, but I don't like to draw in this style. It's not very satisfying for me at all. I love to watch Jay though. These two sketches in the left corner is actually Eleanor Neely. I love watching her YouTube videos. It's my all-time favorite when painting, so if you're her fan, just hit me up. I would love to be your friends. This is a very weird spread I created in Bulgaria. Never shared it, don't like the colors. I like the color palette, just not how busy this spread is. The derpy boy is my partner, and this is his cat face. He's so damn cute! Another team cup painting, and I love this one. It's a time teacup. I hate the bottles, it's really not my style. A gouache study of lavender. Ended up making a botanical print and a lavender tea illustration. It's in my Etsy shop if you wanna see that. The same with this hibiscus. These are a few pages full of roses for a future sticker sheet. Painted them in gouache and then added details in colored pencils. I'll link them down in the descriptions, the color pencils. I painted all of these while in Bulgaria, very fitting because Bulgaria is known for their cosmetics made from roses. A few more pages. I hope I have enough footage to create at least a reel about making these, because I filmed like half of the process. This page I drew while watching The Cook of Castamere on Netflix, and I love the can with the flowers, and then I used the color palette to fill the whole page. On this spread I love the landscape the best. On this page I love the landscape the best. The rest is a little out of place. There is really no composition. But this spread was planned and took a long time to finish. I love the overall scene as well as the small painting in the corner. I also made a reel creating these, so if you like that, check out my Instagram account. And here goes peonies for another sticker sheet coming in summer of this year. I really wanted to create a few more color variations to make the sheet a little bit more interesting, and I think I like the reddish pink in the right corner the best, and I think about turning it into a print. Here is a little illustration of these two characters interacting. Since the mushroom boy is based on my partner when he was small, I wanted to create a fairy based on me when I was small and them kind of becoming friends. Here is a little character exploration. The blonde short-haired girl is me. The storyboard on the right side is a story that actually happened, but I couldn't quite grasp it the way I wanted, so I let it be. This one is a compilation from my trip that we took in Bulgaria, what we packed and what we saw the first day, and I really loved the trip and I love this beautiful memory from it. It was definitely worth it. Even though I don't do a lot of visual journaling, this is really nice. But it took me a long time to make it, a lot of planning, but now it's good. More character exploration with this blonde girl. I tried to figure out how to make her anatomy look right for 10 to 13-year-old girl. I think I did a really good job. She also has a bucket with beetles, which is something I did as a child. I used to collect shiny bugs in the bucket and keep them there without a lid, and then I was sad every morning when I came out to play and all of them were gone. Here, this spread turned into 2 sticker sheets, and this spread too. All of them are available in my Etsy store or on my own website. All of the links will be in the description. An unfinished sticker sheet and a teacup for a lavender tea. I actually ended up changing the colors of the cup digitally and turned it purple. And these are my thumbnail sketches for Peachtober 2021. I love how they turned out. I had quite a clear idea about what I wanted that challenge to look like for me, and to this day I am still using some of those ideas for new paintings, like this frog here and this frog over here, and I know that I use a few more. This one definitely. I think I ended up with 17 Peachtober illustrations, ending it with the jar theme here. And after this I think I got distracted by my new iPad and prepping for a fair in my hometown, so I didn't really have time to finish it. But lately I used a few ideas to create some new illustrations. Again, this is exploration for the beetle theme and for the orange theme and cat, because I wanted to include some endangered species from our country. This was designed for winter sticker sheet, but obviously I didn't make a winter sticker sheet. These are studies of flowers. Here are actually drawings for the anatomical parts of these flowers, and I turned this one into a print, and this one is still waiting for its turn. I really like how these turned out, especially the green and white on these. And here are some sketches that this one I turned into a digital illustration in Procreate, and this one also. I call him Hyacinthus, something like that, because of the eye. And a little something I turned into an illustration in Procreate too. And here is an experiment for my printable that I created, and I just made it with some piece of paper, I don't know. And I think this is it. Yep. This sketchbook doesn't really look that good. I used it as a working space while I was in Ireland, so this is why it has such a dirty back and dirty front and I didn't really make the effort to make it look more beautiful. I hope you liked my sketchbook tour, and if you want to see more art of this type, you can hit the subscribe button or follow me on my social media like Twitter and Instagram, because I'm posting there also, and you can see fresh art every week. Yep, so it's been long. Have a good one. Bye.